What is going on, guys, and welcome back to this week's video on the Overture One channel here. And before we get into anything, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe if you get value from this video. Send it to your friend, your neighbor, your cat's dog, whatever the case is. But this week's topic, we are going to be talking about self-accountability. Right?
Yeah, be accountable to your neighbor so he can subscribe.
Right. Tell your neighbor he needs this.
Right? He needs this. Do you even trade?
Right.
Nah, shut up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just subscribe, bro. Just subscribe.
Right.
Come on. Do you trust me? Do you not trust me?
Right. You gotta close them on it, but that's on a different video.
Closing. Next video.
Right. Closing
the trade.
Yeah. Okay. The first point that I want to talk about is the relationship between self-accountability and self-trust, right? And they kind of go hand in hand. And self-trust, the reason why it's so important, is built through giving yourself commands and actually following through on them, right? So you begin to believe you more, because if you say you're going to do something, you become the type of person who therefore does those things, right? And that's why it's so important with having self-trust and being able to believe that you're going to do what you say when coming into self-accountability, because one of the things that we're going to be talking about is differences between like self-accountability and group accountability. And one of the ways that you can have a firm foundation in self-accountability is being able to truthfully trust your word.
Well, that was a really good point about accountability and everything so far. And I want to jump on to that with a statistic that I found on the interweb that really piqued my interest in everything so far. And I was telling Jared about, it was done by the Association of Talent Development and everything so far. And the researchers found that individuals have a higher probability of completing a goal or a task by these 7 things and by these percentages. So I'm going to start with the smallest percent to the highest percent. So having an idea or goal, that's like 10% of actually completing the goal. Then you have consciously deciding that you will do it. That's 25% that you'll actually complete it, like the probability of you completing it. And then you have deciding that you are going to do it, that you're willing to do it. That's about 40%. And then my favorite one that kind of piqued my interest, obviously you would think that it's the highest probability, but it's on having a plan on how to do it and everything so far. Because most people could think and they could want it, but a plan takes execution. And you have to gather in information. You have to gather in so much evidence that what it takes to actually do that goal.
But
that's 50%.
I'm so sorry. It's crazy to me, the deciding thing too.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it when you told me the statistics, but 40% is a lot.
Yeah.
It just goes to the power of decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, you almost have half the battle just by saying, yes, I'm going to do this.
By deciding, right?
Crazy.
It's
crazy.
It's crazy what science and studies do, to reinforce this. Okay, this is a lot of people. And then coming to the committing that you will actually do it, you're going to invest a long haul into this, is 65%. So once you have a plan, you decide that you're going to do it, and then you commit to it, your odds exponentially stack more than 50% since 65. And the last one, which is 95%, is having a specific accountability appointment to someone that you've committed to, that you are going to follow through with this. So if I tell Jared, bro, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to hit at 180 pounds in 2 months and everything so far, this is the plan. I'm going to check in with you every 2 days and everything so far. Yeah. Then I'm going to give you a breakdown, what I ate, what I messed up on, everything so far. And this is the plan. You're holding yourself accountable. You already did a lot of action steps if you really listen to it on how much you're actually going to get closer to that goal.
Right. And I can definitely attest to that too. Going through 75 Hard was one of the things that you do if you buy the app and instead of just winging it, is that they give you an option to post every single day, right? So you can post on day 1, day 17, whatever. Just upload it to your story or on social media, right? And that's a form of group accountability. Every single day I had to make a decision, I'm gonna do all these tasks and then pretty much let everybody know, right? So it's by making that public statement, I definitely agreed to the point that you're making. You have a very high probability of since other people are holding you accountable along the way of like the initial foundation and the fortification of it is through, can I trust myself? Do I have this accountability with me? Right? Did I decide? Did I make the plan? Did I commit? And that takes care of most of it. And then what really just gives you like that little oomph to like the almost 100%, like this is definitely going to happen, is like you said, letting people know and telling them, because I truly felt when I was going through it, like these people are going to know.
Yeah, because they're watching
every single day. And it doesn't even matter. It's not even like if their opinion, it doesn't matter. Like, oh, if you do it or if you don't, it's gonna like, you know what I mean? I didn't really care about their opinions of me doing it. I cared about just the point of like, I'm letting people know I did another day.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, that's really good, man. And I want to circle back to that middle point on like planning how you're going to do it is 50% more likely to complete a goal.
Yeah.
I saw this quote from Napoleon Hill and I thought it was brilliant. It was, when defeat comes, accept it as a signal that your plans are not sound. Rebuild those plans and set sail and move towards your coveted goal.
Right.
So you see how in that book,
it didn't say change boats.
Exactly.
It said fix the plan.
Exactly. It didn't say trading doesn't work, I'm going to go to e-commerce.
Right.
Is I'm going to change the methodology. I'm going to see that if this is not working, maybe I have to get more psychology. Maybe I have to get more emotional control. I have to maybe change an asset or something so far within there to see what works for me.
Right.
And that's a great point that you're going to talk about too, right?
Yeah. One of the things that I wanted to get into, and it's cool that we're going back and forth on this, is like taking personal responsibility for something, right? And I think self-trust, self-accountability, and personal responsibility, they kind of like all go hand in hand into this pie of everything that we're talking about. And something that I noticed people doing, which is exactly what you were just saying, is like if they aren't good at something for a relatively small period of time, like a couple months, even like a year is not a lot of time, they'll completely abandon that and then they'll go to something else. And then they'll completely transfer into a different industry and have to literally start from zero over there. And we were talking about this earlier, and I was actually having a conversation with somebody today about momentum. And it's like, you're stopping all of your momentum and then you have to go completely restart it somewhere else. Oh, trading doesn't work, right? That's not taking personal responsibility, because obviously trading works because people make money trading, right? So then you blame the outside circumstance. It could never be my fault. I'm not taking any personal responsibility. It's trading's fault. I'm gonna go do, like Rob said, like e-commerce as an example, or I'm gonna go build a social media marketing company, or I'm gonna go, and these are all completely unrelated things. And another point that I wanna make with this is like, it's not like you can't do multiple things, but it shouldn't be as a result of you just keep failing at stuff, right? Like you can have multiple businesses, you can run multiple businesses, right? As long as it's a compound of skill and like successes, right? You're building success after success after success, not just like, I'm gonna jump from idea to idea to idea because nothing's sticking. It's just like throwing mud against the wall, right? You're never gonna build a successful business, have a successful career and something doing that.
No, bro, that's really good. And I want to relate this into trading so far. So when it comes to terms of making a plan, like Jared and me are both a culmination of 6 years in the game of trading. And when you think about it, it's kind of like really crazy. That's like 6 years, bro. That's like a baby. That's like it's already walking at that point and everything so far.
Right.
But look at it, like in trading, you're gonna have, how would I say, you're gonna be at like a standstill at times where you're wondering that this plan isn't working, this methodology isn't working. And if you listen to the last video, we said if you're doing 20 to 30 trade sample sizes and anything so far, you should have sufficient evidence to know that this methodology does not work or this plan doesn't work as of right now. There's something that I need to switch, something that I need to change a little bit so that you could get a plan that works for you. Right. Not a plan. I have a plan that works for me. Right. Not for Jared. Jared has a plan that works for Jared, not for me. We're caters to different lifestyle, what assets that you trade, what type of lifestyle that you have. Are you at work that you're able to look at charts, but you're not able to have the full attention on the charts and everything? Do you have a lifestyle where you can look at charts for 3 to 4 hours a day? Do you is your style scalping or day trading and everything so far? What assets that you trade? What type of more emotional control that you need? What confirmations? What methodology? The plan, everything is shifting. Think about it like that game Tetris or whatever. You're always trying to have the part fall in the right way, and sometimes it doesn't fall in the way, and then sometimes you got to restart the game.
Right.
But you're still in the same game. You didn't leave Tetris and start playing Pac-Man, right?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right, you're still trying to put the pieces together.
Yeah, you're still trying to get it, but now you have experience with all those other things. And you're like, okay, bet, I got this down, right? All right, now I have to have this one fall into the right place. And then that's where you score more points.
Right. One of the keywords that you said was like, it's like improve, right? Your goal is to improve the plan, not get rid of the plan.
Exactly.
Right? Change the plan completely. You're not going to, right, like you said, Pac-Man for the sake of the gaming analogy. Right? The goal is improvement, and it's skill stacking, and it's getting better and making a commitment and holding yourself accountable to incremental gains of improvement towards whatever the thing is that you're holding yourself accountable for, right? You guys can take this, you can apply it to trading because it's very, very applicable. It has everything to do with trading, and you can go apply it to all of the other different areas of your life. You can apply it to health, you can apply it to, right, fitness, you can apply it to relationships, happiness, faith. You can apply it to all these different types of things because what we're talking about is a philosophy. That's what it is. It's a culmination of ideas and beliefs that you can use as a belief system to get you guys to where you want to go, right?
Oh, exactly. And to close it off in a few, also there's this great Napoleon Hill quote that he says, riches do not respond to wishes. They respond to definite plans, definite desires, backed with consistent persistence.
I like that. Consistent persistence.
Exactly, right?
Twister.
The definite plans, definite desires, consistent persistence in that one avenue.
Right.
Not stop, go this way.
Stop, drop, and roll.
And we're not gonna blind you to the fact that, look, there's certain industries that people are not meant for and everything so far.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But there's also, you need to be very self-aware that like you're kind of being, I don't want to be mean, but kind of like a drama queen at times. Like you're like, oh man, I'm not get this is, you're trying to validate it. Right. People are always trying to validate certain things. They're like, oh, well, I'm not good at this. They're always trying to find reasons and excuses. And just like Jared says, what you got to take responsibility for you.
Right.
If there's somebody that was dumber, that was able to make a lot of money, then why can't you?
Right. It is true. It's very much an awareness thing. There's an awareness of, am I just quitting?
Yeah.
Or is this industry really not for me? Right? Because that is very true. Some industries are not for certain people, but more often than not, they have not even gotten far enough into of a sample size to even understand if it's for them or not, right? Like you said, they're just validating they're quitting, right? So 100%. But I hope that all this information that we laid out for you guys helped you guys, especially if you're in the beginning, somewhere in the middle of your trading career. We truly believe that self accountability is going to be everything in terms of you guys getting to where you want to go, right? So we appreciate your time listening to this video. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share it to a friend if you feel like they need the help, and we will see you guys on next week's video.